Some of the world's most vulnerable people are exposed to war, famine, and political persecution. Exposure to this violence pushes people to flee their own country of origin in search for asylum. As conflict throughout the world continues to intensify, the number of forcibly displaced people has exceeded 59.5 million worldwide. Fearing for their safety, people risk their lives boarding unsafe boats and undergoing long voyages overseas in order to seek asylum. Walls and fences are being constructed around the world to deter this increased volume of human migration. Globally, these structures manifest in different ways. They can be solid and stand alone, transparent and layered, or a combination of the two. By erecting walls, countries are dissuading illegal immigration by keeping people out. Alternatively, Australia has devised a program to deter asylum seekers by keeping people in. This is done by confining asylum seekers indefinitely in immigration detention centres, both in Australia and offshore on island states such as Papua New Guinea and Nauru. These prison-like facilities are designed to deter maritime arrivals and consequently reduce the number of deaths at sea. However, they have been proven to cause severe mental health issues in detainees. So, here are just a few examples of detention centre perimeters within Australia's network. Walls used to confine asylum seekers often consist of high metal mesh, razor wire, or steel palisade fencing surmounted by trident finials, most of which are electrified. These transparent metal fences produce a multi-connotation of enclosure and exposure. They become a political instrument that allows refugee trauma to be literally seen and televised throughout the world, therefore creating a spectacle of necessary suffering to deter people from coming. Chain-linked fences used instead of solid walls allow visible oversight for security guards, but such a degrading instrument for enclosure seeks to disenfranchise the human into subhuman, normalising their perception as others or criminals. Symbolically, it removes the very core of being human, as the purpose of a fence is commonly associated with the control of animals. So, it's clear that this type of materiality contributes to the deteriorating mental health of asylum seekers. Political walls only serve to divide people and stifle reconciliation. However, by acknowledging this, is there a type of wall that calls upon social awareness, or strives for a more humane future over time? Examples of political walls that demonstrate this must be analysed, both from Berlin and West Bank. One served as a monument of the Cold War and became a visual symbol of tyranny, while the other is arguably the most notorious contemporary and visually striking wall that separates two countries. Together, these walls, which were designed to separate, evolved other functions, being transformed into stages for social exchange and protest. This is because the smooth concrete surfaces provided a blank canvas for graffiti art and political messages, attracting international attention, increasing political awareness, and over time promoting stability. In terms of the West Bank Wall, there was fear that the human rights abuses suffered by Palestinians would go unnoticed if there wasn't such a massive signboard to transmit messages to the world. Solid concrete walls compared to those of transparency also offer a level of mystery for what lies behind. In 2004, artists from Palestine and Israel collaborated in a virtual hole in the wall. Using projectors on either side, both Israelis and Palestinians united, singing, dancing, and cheering at the spectacle of their unfamiliar neighbours. A concrete, solid structure can therefore serve to strengthen a political cause. Such creative means of broadcasting information may be just the weapon people need to undermine a regime. A material like concrete also means that after it has been demolished, parts of the wall can remain unobstructed for future generations. Just like Berlin, a physical entity from the past is constantly reminding everyone of its political, economic, and cultural history. So, would a solid wall that appears ruthless call attention to the mistreatment of asylum seekers within Australia? Or could we implement more beautiful walls of gentle disturbances that invite awareness and debate? By enhancing the beauty of the environment, thoughtful design becomes an instrument for drawing people to the area. These examples are more than just objects, but profound social spaces connecting people to their environment as they redefine and reveal the landscape around them. The question cannot be answered by simply replacing the perimeters of Australian detention centres with a running fence. We need to start an important dialogue inclusive of governments, artists, architects, and the broader society. It may not be a question of designing something that appears oppressive or something that looks beautiful. It may just be the idea of designing something visibly striking, something that demands attention and provokes meandering along its surface. A solid form, void of hiding.